Today we are going to take a walk around what just might become Toronto's coolest new hangout. It's called The Well, and it's going to consist of an office tower with over 1 million square feet of space, along with 6 residential buildings. Some are going to be condos and some are going to be rentals. And beneath the residences are going to be retail spaces. It's going to be a mix of restaurants, bars, and services, as well as stores. This development is going into a prime location because it's right near City Place, one of Toronto's highest density neighborhoods, as well as the entertainment district, another major neighborhood with lots of density. And it's also close to the Fort York neighborhood. Liberty Village is also close by, so it's going to have a lot of customers very close. When this is finished, it's going to house over 3,000 people, which is a fairly large residential neighborhood. It's also going to come with a park, and one of the things that I find really cool about this development is it is going to be covered by a huge glass canopy. The office tower is going to contain over 1 million square feet of office space, and it's going to be 46 stories tall. A lot of the retail is going to be focused on the residents that live in the condos. The basement is going to contain a food hall, and in that food hall there's also going to be shopping. Some of the new businesses that are coming into this complex are going to be a British pub, a French bistro, an Asian fusion restaurant. They're going to have a large Indigo bookstore, Scotiabank and the Bank of Montreal, along with a Tokyo smoke shop, of course. A nail salon is going to be there, a hair salon, just like in most new condos. A Shoppers Drug Mart is going to be there, as well as an event space. One of the good things is that when tourists come here to visit, there's going to be a number of other places, cool places nearby to also check out, like the Waterworks building is going to have a new food hall. And then you're going to have King Toronto, which is another cool looking building going in just basically a block away. And it's going to contain retail, and it's going to look like 3 mountains. The condos are going to actually be built with glass cubes. So it's a very cool looking development. Okay, so let's take a walk around and check this place out. Right here we are walking along Wellington Street, and this whole area is going to be renovated, and they're going to put in new parkland. They're going to build a park dedicated to cats, and it's designed by Claude Cormier, I believe his name is. And this area, all the buildings here are going to have mostly like restaurant bars. That's where the British pub is going to go, and the French bistro. And it's going to be mostly like outdoor dining in the summer. So it's going to be very nightlife focused, I guess. And basically just north of here is where King Toronto is going. And that's also going to contain retail. And just because of its unique look, it might actually attract a lot of tourists and people to the area. Right over here you can see some of the connecting walkways. And there's a bit of the canopy in the background. Most of this complex is going to be outdoors. It's just going to be covered by the glass canopy to protect from rain and snow. But there's also going to be a lot of indoor areas in this development to keep warm. In the basement, they're going to have a big food court, and it's going to be enclosed. So there's going to be places where you can go to escape the cold. As you can see, this whole neighborhood is developing. Just as a side note, Shawn Mendes lives in this neighborhood. I saw him right on this street here, Wellington Street, with Camila Cabello. And right there you can see a bit of the main canopy. That's going to be like an outdoor area, and the canopy is going to be really big there. That's probably going to be the most impressive part of the whole development. When you see the full canopy, it actually looks quite nice and impressive. You really can't see much of it here, but it goes pretty far back, and it covers the whole space. I believe underneath here is where the food court, where the food hall is, and the restaurant, the food shopping area is going to be. And over here is where the cat park is going to be. And the King Street area, which has now become a quite fancy residential area. But it's also lined with stores and restaurants and upscale nightclubs. So there's lots of things to do here in the evening, lots of nightlife in this area, as well as lots of restaurants too. Most of the residential buildings here are going to be condos, but they're also going to have rental buildings, but I am sure that the rents are going to be probably over $2,500 or even $3,000. They're going to be fairly expensive. Possibly a lot higher too, because even average rentals in Toronto, I think, are around $2,200 to $2,500 every month. So probably with these being brand new buildings, they might go over $3,000 a month. I've noticed that the signs in this area now call this district Wellington Place. And it's funny because I've never heard anybody call it that. They usually call it King West District. But I guess the city's trying to rebrand it as Wellington Place. I'm sure in a couple of years this whole neighborhood is going to be quite different when all these new restaurants and bars open up. So here we are walking down Wellington Street towards Wellington Place Park, which is the end of the development. And now we're on Spadina, looking at the well from the distance. The tall building there is the office tower, obviously. And it's going to be mostly filled with tech companies, from what I've heard. Okay, if you enjoyed it, subscribe. Until next time, adios all you people in YouTube land.